Some things never change. I woke up with this guy literally as close to my neck as you could possibly get. Look at my neck. Look in the back of my ear. Good grief. Morning pee. That's right. Everybody's going to work. John and I just watched our morning YouTubes and we're out hitting the streets. Well, I've been trying to think, waiting out the weather for the last 2-3 hours and seeing what the day was going to look like. And it's looking like it's going to be overcast all day. And there's a vlog that I found out about this week. I was actually watching a music video and I got curious and I said, helicopters! I was watching a music video this week and I thought, where was this filmed? Now, one of the locations in the music video we've already been to, so I'm not going to go there again. But I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to take a long walk from my house down to 3rd Street, which is a couple of miles. And I think what I'm going to do, well, is the suspense killing you yet? I think you can wait till we get there. All right, we're on our way. Hit the proverbial road and we are walking down to St. Brennan's Church. We still have a long walk ahead of us. I guess you can just park that thing anywhere now. You see all those palm trees over there? That's actually, on the other side of that is Hollywood Forever Cemetery. But that is not where we were going today. Tom Cruise is throwing a rager. I wonder if my neighbors, the Scientologists, know this. If you're ever wondering how to get invited to a big-time Hollywood party, I think that's how. I think you gotta look for telephone poles with announcements on it. I don't know. I don't even know what they're voting on. Polling place, I don't know what's going on. I'm completely out of the loop. Okay, so where we're going is St. Brendan's Catholic Church. And this church has quite a history in this town. I mean, it's been around since 1927. It's been part of the Roman Archdiocese, and quite a few notable movies have been recorded there, filmed there. You might know this from, and I'm hoping we'll get inside. A lot of times during the day the churches are open and you can just walk on in, so I'm hoping that'll happen. But you might recognize this from the 1953 War of the Worlds, where all the humans are inside praying and the Martians are attacking from outside. Yeah. It was also in Fight Club. It's where he goes for the cancer help group. But there's a whole lot more that was filmed there. I think I'll wait till we get there and tell you more. Oh, there's the Lemon Grove Gate for Paramount Studios. There you can kind of see the Paramount logo on that big tower over there. Now check out this place. I always think of stopping and pulling my car over to show you guys, but I always know that I'll be over here for something at some point. These were old actor hotels, or actor rooms. And it's got a pretty unique facade to it, along with a picture of Fred and Ginger right out here. It's called the Alexander Ruler of the World. Pretty neat, huh? I mean, it's definitely got character. Definitely unique. I don't know what the GPA on there stands for, but pretty unique. There's the Paramount Van Ness Gate. Well, that is unique. I don't know what the story to that is, why there's a big yellow triangle, or if those are supposed to be eyes or what. Well, they may certainly have a neighborhood watch program in force here, but they don't have a update the sign program to enforce anything here. Well, if I'm seeing signs for historic Windsor Square, I know we're close. Just a few more blocks. There it is. I can see it off in the distance. I can see the steeple. Well, we made it. And like I said, this place has a history that dates back to 1927. But in the world of cinema, it actually reaches back to 1930. If you're a fan of The Little Rascals, or also known as Our Gang, their movie Pups is Pups, this is where Weezer gets reunited with all of his puppies, right there on that front step. Just zoom in there for you. Now, this was also used as the place where Ben Affleck and Liv Tyler get married in Armageddon. And you might also recognize this if you're a 90210 fan, because this was actually in the pilot episode of 90210. And though all those things are very fascinating and maybe in their own right would deserve their own vlog, none of them are what I came to vlog. What I actually came to vlog starts right here. The shot was right here. This is the very first shot that we see of this church in November Rain by Guns N' Roses. This is the church that Stephanie Seymour and Axl Rose are getting married in. Now, I highly doubt it, but I'm hoping that maybe the doors will be open. Let's go over and take a look and see if they are. And this is actually in quite a bit of the video. I mean, the video is 9 minutes long, and though they did use many locations, this was in quite a bit of it. And a little history in the background of this music video is that the band conceived this idea on their own. And when they went to Geffen Records about wanting to make it, and the budget was projected at $1.5 million, Geffen said no way, they were not financing that. So the band ended up financing this on their own, filming everything on their own. And though there were actually two churches that you see, this is the one where the wedding takes place as well as the funeral. The other church was a prop church in a ghost town that many westerns have been filmed in New Mexico, and that's the one that we see in the very beginning of the video. We see Axl playing playing the piano in that little tiny church with nothing in it. And then we see Slash when he's actually walking through the walkway down the main entrance and down the length of the whole church to come out to play his guitar solo, but when he exits these doors, he's actually outside of that other church. Well, the front doors were not open, so I walked over here and I was just taking a look around, just taking in the whole structure, and a woman came walking out of this side and said, you know, it's pretty beautiful inside too, pretty quiet. So I'm gonna go in and take a look. Wow, we are inside. So this is the walkway that Stephanie Seymour would have walked down. And her and Axl would have actually been standing right here at this altar. And then you see Slash coming up, and Slash is looking for the ring. And Duff has the ring right here in this very first pew on his pinky finger. So we would have seen Stephanie Seymour walk down this aisle, and we would have seen the whole wedding ceremony take place right there with that big crucifix of Jesus in the background. But then we also see, this is where later on in the video when she dies, this is where her funeral takes place, and this is where we see Axl and the band members walking out this way. And we see Slash actually walking out this way to go do his guitar solo. Also in the wedding scene, this is the doors that we see Axel and Stephanie Seymour exit to go take the limousine. I wish I had a wider angle lens, but I'll at least show you as much as I can. So this is just so monumental because this was such a great video and I loved this music video so much. And just to think this is where that famous wedding scene and that famous funeral scene in that music video would have taken place. As well as the wedding in Armageddon, the cancer support meeting in Fight Club. It was all here. This would have been Duff's point of view while he's holding the ring on his pinky finger. And this is where Axel and Stephanie would have been standing for the marriage ceremony, right there on the steps. So now that we've been inside, when the wedding ceremony is over, they come exiting through these doors. And right out here, and you actually see, from their point of view, you see the photographers jump out and snap a photo of them, and you can actually see that building right over there. You can see that in the background behind them. But the car would have been parked right here to take them away. And then we would have seen the newly married couple sitting in the car, the limo, waiting to be driven out. And she has that apprehensive look on her face. Probably like, I just married Axel. But what a great video. And like I said, the wedding and the funeral both took place here. It was a pretty long walk to get here, but I totally think it was worth it. I've never seen this church before, and especially knowing what it was used in, all those great movies, but then that amazing music video, that just blows my mind. Oh, and a little request to the Patreons. I know I mentioned it yesterday about updating your addresses through Patreon for me. For some reason, they won't let me see anybody's address if I've already fulfilled your Patreon. So please, if you didn't see, if you're not a group member of the Daze with Jordan the Lion's Facebook group, where I announced it on there, please just send me an email at dazewithjordanthelion@gmail.com if you're a Patreon of any denomination, and send me your address so I can get a postcard in the mail to you. I sent out the first batch this morning, so everybody that sent me an address up till this morning, yours went out today. Wow, they have just about every color of rose imaginable here. Looks pretty good, actually. And a tire swing. Well, it took till summer, but we're finally getting those spring flowers. Just in case any of you wanted to see it, there's the historic Paramount Gate. And that's right where I've shown you guys before, but that's where Gloria Swanson pulls in Sunset Boulevard. Right in there. And here's the Melrose Gate, if you wanted to see that. There's the blue backdrop. And fresh on the heels of our I Love Lucy vlog yesterday, we see this sign that says I Love Lucy Square in honor of Lucy Casado, owner of Lucy's El Adobe Cafe, and Lucille Ball, co-owner of Desilu Productions. And the studio, where apparently her condo and Lucy's condo and everything was right over here on the other side of this. Right here, pretty much on the corner of Gower and Melrose. And right here is Lucy's El Adobe Cafe that they were also honoring. It wasn't on the lot, it's actually right here. And I've never been there. I'm actually now kind of inspired to want to go try it out. Alright, now when I did my Paramount Studios vlog and I worked here, I actually went in this gate. And this gate was the Desilu Productions entrance. When that was still here, and straight through was the Lucy Show soundstage that I showed you guys. So go check out that vlog if you haven't seen it. Go look up my Paramount backlot tour. Now it's the Gower Entrance. And before this was Dr. Phil's stage with that big blue whale on the side. That used to have a big Desilu Productions logo on there, and that's also the soundstage that they filmed Star Trek: The Next Generation. Well, good evening, guys. I hope you enjoyed our trip to St. Brendan's Church today. That was a personal favorite of mine because I love that music video, I love that song, and I love that band. So I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. And I came home, finished watching the Grateful Dead documentary. It turned out to be 6 parts, maybe even 7. Every time one would end, I would just let it go on to the next one. It took me 2 days to make it through. Wow, fantastic. Even beyond just the history of like the band's music, it was so cool to get to see the era, like the times, through their eyes, and how the times changed and how they flowed with the times. It was just so cool. And I'm gonna pretty much wrap up the vlog now and go watch some Howard, Fine and Howard. But I wanted to thank my friend Hannah Khan for her donation today, and tell you all, come back tomorrow. I have a great vlog planned for tomorrow, and it might be a little different than what you expect. But have a great night from your old pal Jordan the Lion. Good night.